Jai Gurudev, and thank you for joining us. Today we have with us an art of living expert and an officer of the Vedic Dharma Sansthan. Today we'll be discussing about the Ram Tarak Homam. Could you share the spiritual significance of performing the Ram Tarak Homam during Chatra Navratri at the Art of Living International Center? Jagadev, yes, the Ram Tarak Homam holds profound significance because the mantra Ram Tarak mantra is considered a bridge between the finite and the infinite during Chatra Navratri. The time is infused with Devi Shakti, the cosmic feminine energy. Performing this homam at such an auspicious juncture amplifies its power. Gurudev often explains that the name Rama itself carries a liberating vibration. Ra removes all negativity and Ma bestows bliss. At the Art of Living Center, the atmosphere is charged with thousands of seekers in meditation, which magnifies the Homum's effect, making it a blessing not just for the participants but for the entire planet. Now, from the spiritual and scriptural perspective, what is the origin and importance of the Ram Tarak Homam? Yes, Jagadev, the Ram Tarak Homam traces its roots to the Padma Puran and Kaivalya Upanishad, where the Ram Tarak mantra is described as a moksha mantra, the mantra that delivers the soul across the ocean of samsara. When Lord Shiva imparted this mantra to Devi Parvati, he declared it as the ultimate refuge in the Kali Yuga. In homam form, sacred herbs, ghee, and oblations are offered while chanting the Ram Tarak mantra, invoking Lord Ram's energy of dharma, victory, and liberation. Performing it on Chaitra Navratri connects the sadhaka with both the Devi's Shakti and Ram's Taraka, bringing harmony of strength and compassion. So, how does Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji guide the seekers during such a homam? And what is the unique energy people feel in his presence? Gurudev, as Gurudev's presence itself transforms the atmosphere. He often begins by reminding us that rituals are not mechanical acts but living processes infused with consciousness. When the Ram Tarak Homam is performed in his presence, the chanting becomes more than sound. It turns into a wave of silence and bliss that penetrates deeply. Devotees often share how the fire feels alive as if it absorbs their stress, pain, and karmic impressions. Gurudev guides everyone to close their eyes, meditate, and let the vibrations of Sri Ram, Jai Ram sink in. The experience is one of collective upliftment, a spiritual festival where inner and outer purification happen simultaneously. Now, could you explain the deeper benefits of the Ram Tarak Humam on individuals, families, and society at large? Yes, Sir Jagadev, at the individual level, the Homam clears mental restlessness, removes obstacles, and grants peace of mind. Families experience greater unity, protection from negative influences, and a deepening of the dharmic values. On a societal scale, the vibrations of the Ram Tarak Homam are said to neutralize collective negativities such as anger, violence, and conflict. Ancient texts mention that whenever the name of Rama is chanted in fire rituals, the environment itself becomes charged with sattva, balancing the elements of nature. At the Art of Living Center, where seekers from across the globe gather, this humam becomes a planetary yajna, sending waves of peace, compassion, and resilience worldwide. Now, how does the integration of art of living practices like Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, and satsang enhance the impact of this homam? Jayagurudev, yes, this is what makes the art of living says Ram Tarak homam so unique. Before the homam, seekers practice Sudarshan Kriya and Pranayama, which cleanses the nadis and prepare the mind for deeper receptivity. Meditation under Gurudev's guidance helps one absorb the subtle vibrations of the mantra while satsang fills the heart with devotion. As a result, when participants sit for the homam, they are not merely observers, they are co creators of the sacred energy. The collective consciousness becomes so powerful that one feels as if Rama himself is present, blessing every seeker. Finally, how do you see the continuation of this tradition under the guidance of Gurudev impacting future generations? Yes, Sir Gurudev, in our times, many rituals risk becoming symbolic, performed without depth. But under Gurudev's guidance, the Ram Tarak Humum retains its sanctity while becoming accessible to the modern seeker. Children and youth at the Gurukul are taught the meaning, the mantras, and the discipline behind it. When they witness such humums during Chatra Navratri, they inherit both devotion and cultural pride. This continuity ensures that future generations not only preserve the Vedic heritage but also experience its living relevance. How rituals can bring inner peace, strengthen communities, and guide humanity toward harmony and liberation. Now, during Chaitra Navratri, the Ram Tarak Homam is performed with a great devotion. Could you share what participants feel while witnessing the Homam in Gurudev's presence? Participants describe the Homam as a journey inward as a sacred fire blazes, mantras echo, and Gurudev's silence permeate. One feels the melting of boundaries between self and divinity. Many have shared how deep emotional blocks dissolve and how tears of devotion flow effortlessly, and how a profound calmness replaces restlessness. Unlike watching a ritual as an outsider, here one becomes part of the sacred process. The presence of seekers from all over the world adds to the energy. People feel they are not just individuals but instruments of universal prayer of our peace, healing, and liberation. Now, what role does Agni or the sacred fire play in the Ram Tara Kumbh, especially during Navratri? In the Vedic tradition, Agni is the messenger between humans and the divine. During the Ram Tara Kumbh, Agni becomes the carrier of mantras and offerings, delivering them to Lord Ram's energy field. Navratri represents 9 nights of purification. Fire symbolizes the burning away of impurities, ignorance, and past karmas. Scripturally, Agni also represents knowledge, the fire of awareness that dispels darkness. The Homam aligns the external sacred fire with the inner fire of consciousness. Thus, every offering is both physical and symbolic, surrendering desires, negativity, and ego into the flame so that the seeker emerges renewed, light, and liberated. Now, can you explain how the Homam connects the energy of Lord Rama with that of Goddess Durga during Navratri? Jai Gurudev, yes, this is a very beautiful union. Rama embodies dharma, truth, and compassion, while Devi Durga represents strength, Shakti, and victory over darkness. During Navratri, the Devi's energy is naturally heightened, and when invoked with Ram Tarak mantra, it becomes balanced with Ram's calm and righteous vibration. Gurudev often explains that Shakti without Rama can be restless, and Rama without Shakti can be inactive. Together, they represent the perfect union of energy and stability. The Homam bridges these forces, giving participants inner courage with serenity, strength with compassion, and power with humility, qualities much needed in today's world. Now, could you tell us about the specific mantras used in the Ram Tarak Homam and their scriptural authority? Yes, the central mantra is Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, which finds mention in the Padma Purana as the Tarak mantra, the boat or that ferries souls across samsara. Additionally, verses from the Ramayana, Vishnu Sahasranama, and Durga Saptasati are chanted, especially since Navratri integrates Devi worship. The chanting is systematic, guided by Agama and Smriti texts, ensuring both scriptural authenticity and spiritual potency. Each mantra corresponds to specific oblations into Agni, symbolizing offerings of ignorance, desires, and karmic impressions. The collective vibration of thousands chanting under Gurudev's guidance makes the mantras not just recitations but living experiences of divine sound. Now, what makes the Ram Tarak Homam at the Art of Living Center different from similar rituals elsewhere in India? Jai Gurudev, as the essence lies in the combination of tradition and consciousness. At many places, rituals remain priest centric with the audience observing passively. But under Gurudev's vision, every seeker participates through mantra chanting, meditation, silence, or offering intentions into the fire. Another uniqueness is the global gathering. Seekers from over 150 countries come together, creating a rare confluence of cultures, all united in the name of Rama. Moreover, art of living practices like Sudarshan Kriya prepare the participants, making them more receptive. This transforms the Homam into not just a ritual but an experiential celebration of universal spirituality and human unity. Now, what is the relationship between Ram Tarak Humam and liberation or moksha as described in scriptures? Is Jayagurudev, the Ram Tarak mantra is unique because it is called moksha mantra. Lord Shiva himself declared to Parvati in the Kalika Purana that those who chant or hear the mantra at the time of death attain liberation. By performing the Humam, seekers symbolically burn their karmic impressions in the sacred fire, accelerating their journey towards freedom during Chatra Navratri. When divine feminine energy supports transformation, the mantra's effect is multiplied. Moksha here doesn't only mean after death, it also means freedom in life from fear, anger, sorrow, and limitations, allowing one to live fully in dharma and joy. Jai Gurudev, Jagadev, so how do children and youth benefit from participating in the Ram Tarak Homam? Yes, Jagadev, children often absorb the atmosphere without over analyzing. When they sit in the Homam, their minds naturally become calmer, more focused, and filled with joy. Gurudev encourages them to chant along, and many young ones remember these mantras for life. The presence of fire, music, and devotion captivates them, planting seeds of spirituality early. For youth who may be restless or struggling with identity. The vibrations of the Ram mantra give a grounding and clarity. They realize spirituality is not old fashioned but vibrant, relevant, and deeply empowering. Many parents share how children become more disciplined, cheerful, and respectful after such experiences. Now, how does this humam impact the environment and nature? Yes, Jagar, the Vedic humams are designed not only for human welfare but also for ecological balance. The offerings of ghee, herbs, and grains, when burnt in fire, purify the atmosphere by releasing natural aromatic compounds. Scientists have studied how yajnas reduce airborne bacteria and enhance oxygen quality. Spiritually chanting Ram's name harmonizes the five elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. During Chaitra Navratri, when the season transitions from spring to summer, the Homam helps stabilize the environment's energy. At the Art of Living Center, with thousands meditating, the collective Sankalpa creates a healing field that radiates peace into nature itself. Many devotees come from across the world. How do international participants connect with the Ram Tarak Homam? This is one of the most beautiful aspects. Many international seekers may not know Sanskrit or Indian rituals deeply, but in Gurudev's presence, they feel instantly connected. They often say that the fire speaks a universal language and the vibrations of Rama transcend linguistic barriers. Some compare the experience to entering a sacred cathedral of energy. The global community feels united as if Ram's name belongs not to one culture but to humanity. Later, they carry these vibrations back home, chanting in their countries, thus spreading peace across continents. In this way, the Homam becomes a global wave of harmony. Now, could you describe the role of Sankalpa or intention in this Homam? Yes, Jayagurudev, Sankalpa is the heart of every yajna. Before the Homam begins, the priest invokes a Sankalpa, a clear intention for individual well being, family harmony, and universal peace. In the Ram Tarak Homam, seekers are encouraged to silently place their worries, desires, and prayers into the fire. The mantra combined with intention becomes a powerful force of manifestations. Scriptures say, Yad bhavam tad bhavati, as is the intention, so is the result. Gurudev guides participants to go beyond personal wishes, praying for the world. This selfless sankalpa transforms the individual and the ritual into a collective act of seva and dharma. Now, could you share any memorable moment from past years as Ram Tarak Homams during Chatra Navratri? There are countless moments etched in seekers' hearts. Once during the final arati, a sunlight drizzle fell, even though it was summer and devotees felt nature itself was blessing the yajna. Another year, an elderly participant shared that her decades long grief dissolved as she chanted Ram's name with Gurudev. Children from the Gurukul performed Vedic chanting, moving everyone to tears. What stands out most is Gurudev's serene smile as the fire blazes. People say it feels like witnessing Lord Rama himself performing the yajna. These moments remind us that the home is alive and timeless and divinely orchestrated, Jagadev.